Hooray! It's Christmas. The King is born. Hey children, it's time to laugh, to dance and have some fun. Put on your dancing shoes and bring your friends along. Come on, it's the Aneke TV Children's Christmas Party 2025. Let's go! We got dancing, spelling bees, sack race, jumping 1, 2, 3, lots of games and surprises too. All we are waiting for is you. And venue is Aneke TV, number 30, Edinburgh Street, Ogwini Layout, Enugu. Date, Sunday, 14th December 2025. Time is 12 o'clock. Come take your seat. Don't be late. We can't wait to celebrate. Sponsored by Indomie. Yummy treats. Colgate, our smile so sweet. Kellogg's, bring the crunchy cheers. Malta Guinness, energy all year. Powered by Nigerian Breweries. And this is the best party, guaranteed. Come one, come all. It's Christmas cheers. Be there, be happy. The fun, it's here.
Welcome to Aneke TV Enugu, southeast of the Niger. We are on our program, Arena, which is a political program where we discuss both national and international issues. And today, we're going to anchor on a topic, Nigeria drifting to a one-party state amidst numerous challenges. And here in the studio, I have an egghead, a big scholar, of course an erudite scholar, who is what is own in terms of public affairs commentary and analysis. I have with me to discuss this topic, Dr. Ambrose Iboke. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much, Rex, for having me on the show.
Without wasting time, just don't touch the dial, keep on watching. Iboke must always do what he's known for, and that is being incisive in this discourse. Iboke, Nigeria is now drifting to a one-party state, even when there are numerous registrations of political parties everywhere. But the political parties don't seem to be standing in ideology for a serious opposition of the present government of APC. So, what's your take on the way Nigeria is going? Is it healthy for Nigeria?
Well, there's no way a one-party state is healthy for any democratic dispensation. Well, I would like to just do a little bit of the political trajectory of Nigeria. From 1960, we operated a parliamentary system where an opposition party is mandatory in the parliaments. Okay, so you actually go for opposition, which the action group did then, and then we have the. But when we changed to the presidential system in 1979, we jettisoned the parliamentary system, and then we just had people with the winners and the losers. Now, the losers automatically assume the position of opposition. But in parliamentary system, you can actually gone to be an opposition party. That I'm not going to win, I don't want to win, but I want to be an opposition. But in presidential system, it's not like that. So what happens is that those who lost the election, sometimes mostly of them, sometimes maybe the biggest of them become opposition. When we came back to the Fourth Republic, which we started in 1999, we had the dominant party, which was the People's Democratic Party. But the beauty of what happened there was that no party was very monolithic. Okay, we had the APP, or People's Party, controlling like I think 9 states. We had the AD, Alliance for Democracy, controlling I think 5 states in the southwest. Then I think they were controlling the whole 6 states. It was later they started losing some. So we had a motley of parties. So PDP could not actually say they were very monolithic. But a dangerous precedent started recently. Of course, there have been cross-carpeting even the time of PDP was a ruling party, a lot of people cross-carpeted from PDP where they fall out in primary elections, especially party primaries. The way politicians in Nigeria express their loss is to leave the political party where they lost, to seek greener pasture, maybe with smaller political parties, and where they now ventilate their aspirations. That has happened. So we saw parties leave the party they founded to other political parties to seek the validation for their electoral aspirations. And so that has happened. But what also has happened also is that um, over the years, because there's no punishment for cross-carpeting, because there's no consequences for dumping political parties that birthed into the political arena, what people do is that they just say, because the constitution is so vague on what constitutes why you should leave your political party. Say if there is some kind of trouble, or if there's a party, the national level is not doing well, and all those things, and if there's a kind of cantankerous things going on there, and there have not been irreconcilable differences. You know, that is the kind of language they like coining nowadays, irreconcilable difference. Who defines what is irreconcilable difference? It is the politician. So if the National Party chairman has some issues with the Congress or with the caucus or whatever, they just say, oh, we're having issues. I think Tinubu also came, the president, Tinubu came with his own master stroke of politicking, which is, I think he recognizes the fact that if he has this opposition governors coming over, that he will be able to solidify his base. And I think he was intentional about cutting them, persuading them, going to them, giving the soft landings and all those kind of things. So I think he actually went ahead to cajole, you know, for them to come over to the party. I think he threw a lot of carrots at them, which they cut the bait. And so I think that was what was happening in the last 2 years, what we have seen. And then that was also amplified by the fact that the major opposition party, which is the People's Democratic Party, after the 2023 election, uh, never stuck together anymore. They have been in downward spiral, fall towards the abyss. So that helped the APC to actually, get a lot of them, because a party that is losing governors so fast and are still behaving as if it doesn't matter, then the opposition, the ruling party took charge of that, and also be able to destabilize them from within. And just like what the president said, I think in his Independence Day speech, he said, well, that he addressed the issue of one party state in the speech. He said that, well, he didn't go out his way to want to, turn Nigeria to one party. That is undemocratic. But that he will like it, that it's his pleasure to watch you guys go in disarray, the opposition. So he said it. So it is a plus for the ruling party that, they are gaining ground. But Nigeria turning to a one-party state, it will not happen, because our politicians are insatiable. As you said in your introduction, they are not led by any ideology. They are not. They are just led. What drives them is their self-seeking possibilities and opportunities. So they will not get all those things in election. So come 2027, you will see politicians who are very angry, who are disillusioned, who are, no more in sync with what the ruling party is doing. What would they do? They will move to different political parties to seek validation for their own electoral quests, and that's what will happen.
Don't you think that the issue of politicians seeking to run or ventilate their desire to run through other political parties as a result of a lack of internal democracy in the political parties in Nigeria? Because most often, some of these big, the then PDP and the APC, stick to what they call consensus. Sometimes you don't give people the chance to contest the internal nomination with their others. so as to know who is popular and who has the appeal of the masses or members of the party to run the election. So it's lack of internal democracy, a problem that result in people, the exodus of people even after nomination is done in their own political parties where they say they share their ideology, run to other political parties with a different ideology just to run election? Or is it the fact that these people are desperate politicians who want to rule at all costs?
Well, all over the world, every politician is desperate. In Europe, in America, in Asia, they are all desperate. Because the desperation for power is what drives them to want to contest. And we see things. That's why sometimes they want to form even coalition. You see a lot of parties forming coalition in Europe and the rest, because the people who want just one simple majority, they didn't win, so they needed, some collaborations from opposition parties. So they form coalition and the rest. So our politicians are the same everywhere. What makes the politician in Europe or America or Nigeria different is the system put in place and the repercussion or consequences for wrong actions. We don't have consequences for wrong action here. Over there, they have. So that is why it seems as if their politicians are more, honorable. Because the consequences, if you try it, you face the consequence. You can go to jail. But here, a lot of people are above the law. So what is happening in Nigeria is that, one, party funding is a big issue. Individuals within the party put in their money, they see it as investment that they must reap from. They must have, in the business, they call it ROI, or return on investment. So they must have the return on investment. So when they are funding the party, it's not for altruistic reasons. It's not for patriotic reasons. It's as businessmen who are putting money into this political party. Therefore, I must get my return. So if he doesn't want to be a political player by himself, he will nominate the person that must be party flag bearer for different positions. And when the person gets in, you say, okay, this is you must give me, I must appoint who is you. That's like what was happening in River State. When the man was single-handedly picked all the House of Assembly members and basically, dictates which commissioner to give or what not to give. So these are the things we see. That is also a second level of it. The third one is that, as you rightly, stated, a lot of the parties don't have internal party democracy. So the sponsor, the person who brings the money, lords it over the party and said, this is how it must be run. And when you said no, you said, look, I gave you guys the money to, they organize state ESCOs meetings, they organize local governments, they organize at the ward level, people need to travel, the party needs to campaign. Who funds all this? So that's why people have, some school of thought have argued that if you don't take care of the party funding in Nigeria, then we'll continue to see this. Now, I was reading a piece of history some time ago, and we got to find out that in the First Republic, party faithfuls, party members, were actually paying monthly dues. Okay, you pay your monthly dues, and for a party that has like 20 million members, let's say the party dues, maybe monthly dues is 1,000 naira or 500 naira. Do the math. So every month, you see how much is coming to the party to run the secretariat, pay salaries, and do all those things without undue pressure. But when you see governors or big politicians or senators paying to run a party, even day-to-day activities of the party, then they are, they want to dictate what happens. So, and then if they want to dictate what happens, they will not allow the internal democratic process to take place, because if it takes place, it may not favor them. So every other thing to ensure that it will not favor them is truncated and cancelled. And that is the scenarios we have had all over. And then because the governors are basically most of the founders of political parties, they have automatically made leaders of the party in their state, irrespective of the fact that they have a chairman. So the leader of the party in Nigeria is not the chairman of the party in the state, it's the governor. Then the leader of the party, if it's an opposition party, the leader of the party may be a senator from that political party or a minister. Like what we had in Enugu State before the governor joined the APC. The leader of the APC they were referring to was a minister. So that kind of arrangement, then if if you have a president, the leader of the party is the president, like what we have in APC. So that what you ask your question, where lies the authority of the chairman of at the state level, the chairman at the local government level, and then the national chairman at the country level? So if you already have chairmen at these various strata, then what now happens to the chairman? Because at that various strata, local government chairman is the leader. And the councillor maybe at the ward level is the leader. Local government chairman is the leader at that level. At the state level is the governor. At the national level is the president. So when you already have leaders who are higher than the chairman, then internal party structures cannot work. It has to be on how the leaders want it. And this has caused a lot of confusion. Even the leaders, a lot of the party chairman get fired or instigated to get out and all those things. It is happening in most of the parties. So the way we have structured the running of our political parties, we perpetuate this kind of attitude where people take it as a platform to achieve what they want to achieve, move out, or move in the way they want. Some people have changed political parties up to 4 or 5 times.
So he who pays the piper dictates the tune.
Exactly.
That's exactly the.
No, in Nigerian situation, you don't dictate the tune. You play the tune. They collect the flute from you and play it. They don't even allow you to. Those days, they will tell you, okay, this is how you should play the tune. This is play the tune. Like this time around, they collect the pipe from you.
Thank
and
you,
play
Boke,
it.
for that insight. So, and we're still on that topic amidst numerous challenges. The challenges in the country, numerous. We have serious economic challenges, while the politicians are there working hard to join parties. Sometime in Zamfara State, a politician who is in the National Assembly left the political party and joined another political party. The court ruled that the seat is now vacant. So because you were saying we do not have very strict rules as per cross-carpeting. And now we are seeing a lot of cross-carpeting where people are claiming that their political parties are not are in crisis. As a result, they have the power to use. Is it because that it has not been tried in court? Nobody has cared to approach the court for the vacant seats, especially those in the National Assembly and the State Assembly. People are just leaving even when there are no crises at all.
Well, that is why I earlier said that the Constitution is vague on what constitutes a crisis. Because any small, in fact, some of them go to instigate the crisis so that to give them excuses to leave. So if you don't define in clear terms what constitutes a crisis, then you keep having these things. Because somebody can just go to his place and instigate something because he wants to leave the party. Then other reasons we have seen also are a lot of people have corruption charges against them. People who have been grilled by EFCC, people who are, having cases in court, and some of them maybe that's why they move around to join the ruling party so that they can consolidate and ensure that they have some kind of immunity or protection from the ruling party. That we have also seen in Nigeria. It goes on because we have not been, our constitution has not been able to deal with that. Then even if the people that lose at lower courts, court may pronounce, by the time they go to the higher courts, quash those judgments and then give new judgments because the court is not about morals or the logic of morality. It's about what the law says. It has to interpret it. So if the law does not state anything, how do you expect a judge to start pronouncing vacancy, that the seats are vacant. When the man has said there's a crisis, for example, anybody from PDP now is having a field day because there's a crisis. There are two factions.
So are you, that, oh, no, that takes us to the rule of law. The rule of law in Nigerian political sphere, it seems suspect. A lot of courts are giving, courts of coordinate jurisdiction are giving orders. We had the order given in Abuja against the PDP convention. We had another order given in Ibadan for PDP convention. And these are high courts. You can see. So I would say that there's rule of law in what we're doing, what politicians are doing in terms of these cross-carpeting issues and other political issues that come to court. Don't you think that the same problem you had said, which is corruption, has permeated into all spheres of our national life? Because sometimes one will say court is the only hope of the common man. Today, that statement is suspect by some school of thought. They do not believe, some do not believe that it is now the hope of the common man. The only hope of the common man seems to lie within the media. Although some people still say there are some, dots somewhere. So how do you react to this?
Well, the judiciary in Nigeria is part of the Nigerian society. Um, the judges are also Nigerians. The lawyers are Nigerians. The plaintiffs are from this country. The defendants are from here. The entire judicial system and the court process, they are all Nigerians. So the judiciary cannot be insulated from the macro problems of Nigeria. So it is very clear that some of the judgments being given, or some judges are in competition to give ex parte order or injunctions and all those things, which we were not seeing very as before. Now we are seeing it, so it looks like a kind of procurement of judgments. That is what it looks like. And then you see that, they say judges have a lot of case files. You see some cases lasting 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. But the speed at which these politicians get court judgments is amazing. You now find out if our court systems were running this way, then it would have been fantastic. So you can look at the PDP instance that you mentioned. I mean, under 12 hours, 24 hours, court judgments were flying everywhere. So exactly how do we get court judgments in Nigeria? What does it take to get these court judgments as quickly as possible? So, so it suggests the fact, even a lot of lawyers are concerned that errant lawyers and judges sometimes get away with some of these things they do. Why is there no sanction, for example? And many of people have called on the NJC, Nigerian Judicial Council, and every other organ that is, has a responsibility of sanctioning errant lawyers and judges should do so without fear or favor. And also, we saw the desecration of the Chief Justice of this country, Aneke, by the Buhari government, where they went in the middle of the night to, move a judge. Sometimes also the judges are afraid; they don't have adequate protection. Sometimes the executive mistreats them, and they also a system where the judiciary is expected to become a beggar to the executive, cause for concern, because the executive feeds them. The executive run their, give them their budgets. The executive release money to them. We have seen the cases of public office holder like the governors or local government people or even at the federal level, the FCT minister have done it too, where judges are giving cars, donated cars. So what happened to the, you know, the aura or status of a judge? Without he or she is at the mercy of the governor or the president or the minister to give cars. Are there no institutionalized processes that will allow these people enhance their welfare, to have a house, to have their car, and all those things? So these are the things that sometimes when it happens, and then those people, those executive council members that do these things, those in the executive, are also people that will bring case. If a governor gives cars and houses to judges, and tomorrow a citizen takes the state governor to court, what happens?
We take it at that. Uh, we, are, we are going to pause for a commercial. Please don't change the dial. Stay tuned.
Hooray! It's Christmas. The King is born. Hey children, it's time to laugh, to dance and have some fun. Put on your dancing shoes and bring your friends along. Come on, it's the Aneke TV Children's Christmas Party 2025. Let's go! We got dancing, spelling bees, sack race, jumping 1, 2, 3, lots of games and surprises too. All we are waiting for is you. And venue is Aneke TV, number 30, Edinburgh Street, Ogwini Layout, Enugu. Date, Sunday, 14 December 2025. Time is 12 o'clock. Come take your seat. Don't be late. We can't wait to celebrate. Sponsored by Indomie. Yummy treats. Colgate, our smile so sweet. Kellogg's, bring the crunchy cheers. Malta Guinness, energy all year. Powered by Nigerian Breweries. And this is the best party guaranteed. Come one, come all. It's Christmas cheers. Be there. Be happy. The fun, it's here.
So welcome back to our program Arena on Aneke TV, southeast of Nigeria. We have our guest still here, giving us very incisive position of the topic Nigeria drifting to one-party state amidst numerous challenges. Dr. Iboke, of course, before I cut you short, you were still talking on the rule of law issue as it affects politicking in Nigeria and how politics get orders from the courts, which is not the same from how ordinary people get orders from the court or have their cases, uh, shortly litigated, that's speedily litigated in such a way that justice won't be delayed. Because they say justice delayed,
Justice denied.
justice denied. So you were talking on that, and I want to ask. Sure, you have mentioned about judges during the other administration. Judges are left at the mercy of the executives. I want to say it is the executive now who runs the affairs. Although it is a three-tier of government, I do not know why these other two tiers, or yes, these other two tiers are still tied to the apron strings of the executives. Do you think that requires some kind of constitutional amendment?
Yeah, because the legislature has been able to fought so hard since 1999 to extricate themselves from the stronghold of the executive, um, the way it works in Nigeria. So they have been able to, for example, have their own budget, and they have been able to insist on raising their own budget when the executive don't do it well. So we have seen executive change budget to National Assembly. National Assembly will increase the budget, budgetary allocation. Also, we have also seen the situation where where the legislature will say no, we need constituency projects in our place as part of the mandate given to us by our people. So, where is the constituency project? I think one of the budget cycle, they increased the constituency projects almost by 1 trillion naira. You know, so they have been able, because they are the ones that pass the law. So they have been able to exert some influence also to, kind of curtail the excesses of the executive in terms of budget allocation and all those things. But I think the judiciary has just been left helpless over the years about this matter. And I think from the appointment of judges to judges' welfare to the working environment of the judges, um, it's a very, very complicated issue. Even to their salaries, like the magistrates, for example, are not included as judicial officers in Nigeria. So the magistrates are not paid from the federal government because they are not included as the. Meanwhile, their counterparts are being paid as judicial officers, and it's like a counterpart funding thing. So when the judicial officer is being paid, a judge is being paid by the federal government, the state will now, whatever the state pays is added to what the judge is already receiving. But the magistrates are just at the mercy of the states. So they are not included as judicial. And meanwhile, that is most of the cases. That's the first point. So if a judge is receiving maybe like 3 point something million and the magistrate is receiving just less than a million, there's disparity already. There you have created rancor in the system. So these are the things we need to look into also. And then we also need to look at what's the way. Why would somebody be a judge for a very long time? He cannot even afford a car. You need to gift him a car. So why not have a pool of cars for judges, for example, for judicial officers? Have a pool like you have maybe in government house and all those things. And then when you are leaving, you drop it. Or sometimes you monetize it and give to the person when it's leaving. Why do judges need to line up and the governor will come and start handing keys of cars to they're like a bunch of school children or waiting for to get gifts. So that is where they have reduced our judges to and judicial officers to. So that should not happen. So anything that they can tweak, now they are looking at tweaking the constitution one place or the other. Let us see how we can strengthen the independence of the Nigerian judiciary. That will help in maintaining our strong democratic institutions.
Yeah, sometimes you said that the president said he's not interested in forming a one-party state or voting a one-party state. Um, but there are some belief and allegations that the president and his cronies are instrumental to the crises and problems in most of the political parties in Nigeria. And some are even alleging that they have, put in people, members of a school of political parties, and of course, tried to put in opposition in almost all the political parties so that the moment they come out, there must always be one problem or the other to stabilize them. So, how do we begin to now say, because it didn't just start happening, it has not been there like that, but today it is everywhere. Almost all the political parties are in crisis. And then some of these political parties don't even have money. So why are they in crisis? From where do they get the money that makes them to run into crisis?
Monkey,
Some people who are working for the federal government, who are members of other political parties, are working for the APC government, are in their own political parties having problems.
well, they are not the first. I mean, you don't give. You know that monkeys like bananas, so and then you give them banana, and a monkey eats too much banana and start having stomach upsets. Then you're accused of giving the monkey banana. So why did I use that metaphor? Is because behaviorally, um, the president knows who the Nigerian politicians are. He has been in the game since 1990, I think, and he knows. There was a time he was the only opposition governor in the southwest, you know. So they'll know. This is not also the first time that people from opposition parties are working for ruling government. I remember the late Bola Ige was justice minister in a PDP government, and he was a member of the Alliance for Democracy. I remember people like late Edwin Imozoke worked as a minister while he was in an he was an APP and ANPP person, but he worked in the government. So many other people worked uh, in the cabinets of PDP while they were opposition party. So it was never been, it's not, but it's always been there. They're invited to say, okay, let's form a government of national unity. Let's all of us. The winner does not take it all. Let's reserve some seats for opposition. You know, so these things happen, but we have never had it this low that the scramble for this. So what we have now, we still have some dregs of party ideology. You know, when we started this Fourth Republic, but that fizzled out sometime in 2013. You know, when we started having an amalgam of political parties who are disgruntled. Remember, those people left, like the NPDP, they were disgruntled. The CPC was, you know, looking for power, but they couldn't get it. And the man has just said he has retired, you know. Then they have the ACN to form alliance with. And so then the splinter groups from other groups, they formed, the 5 blocks that formed, is just to wrest power. When they wrested the power, for a long time they didn't know what to do with it. They couldn't even get ministers so many months later and all those things. So these are the kind of things we see in governance. So sometimes there are no deep thinking into what is really happening. And so the president knows all this. So what he simply did was that he wanted to catch more people to his camp. And he just threw the carrot at them. They'll grab it. He knows what they want. And he gives it to them. And he has always said that, though he doesn't want to create a war party, that it is his pleasure to see them in disarray. Now, why was there no disarray, for example, when Bola Ige was Chief Justice Minister? Why was there no disarray in AD? The same thing with ANPP and other people that served.
Even when the Mezoke you mentioned of the NP.
Yes. So why was that? So what we have now are people who don't have, many of them don't even have the political taproot. Many of them are not well known among them. So the only way they feel that they can, you know, do this thing is to jump ship. And then, as I said earlier, the PDP buried itself also, because when all those people like them were having it, the party hierarchy in their own parties was very, very strong. They were doing very well, you know. But what we have now, okay, look at the case of Peter Mba of Enugu State, for example. Look at the issues that happened in PDP. The South Caucus of this, which was a convention, were told you to, they were supposed to bring a candidate that would fill in the position. Some people in Abuja refused. Meanwhile, that was your leader of the Southeast, the only person, the only governor you have in the Southeast. Now, you were doing every machination to ensure that his choices were not taken, that the decisions were not maintained until he moved from Abuja. And he wants a long time ago, I will leave if this thing continues. And he eventually left. And instead of repackaging and getting themselves, look at what happened in Ibadan. So you now find out that the man is justified finally for leaving, because which politician will stay and allow his fate to be decided by this kind of actions? So if you accuse the president of having a hand in it, well, you also accuse the people of allowing it to happen. Because if there were men who would not allow it, then they will run their party efficiently.
So, in a few words, what has to be done to ensure that Nigeria eventually will not go, that we have a credible opposition in the system, more so when the election is just coming?
Well, one of the biggest issues is that this thing is a stomach infrastructure, which is a metaphor for self, preservation, aggrandizement, whatever you get. You go there to get what you got from yourself, for yourself, not for your people. And then I think one of the things we should do to stop Nigeria sliding into this possibility is to look at our laws and see how to increase the consequences of defection. And if you can do that, then I think we can stem the tide. But one-party state is not good for anybody, and Nigeria is not going to be a one-party state, because after 2027 election, there will be implosion and there will be divisions.
Nigeria is not going to be a one-party state, so says Dr. Ambrose Iwoke, and this is where we draw the curtain of today's edition of this program. We want you to join us on yet another edition, same station, same time. We are still in Aneke TV and on Arena. I am still your anchor, Comrade Rex Arodi. Thank you for being there for us.
Hooray! It's Christmas. The King is born. Hey children, it's time to laugh, to dance and have some fun. Put on your dancing shoes and bring your friends along. Come on, it's the Aneke TV Children's Christmas Party 2025. Let's go! We got dancing, spelling bees, sack race, jumping 1, 2, 3, lots of games and surprises too. All we are waiting for is you. And venue is Aneke TV, number 30, Edinburgh Street, Ogwini Layout, Enugu. Date, Sunday, 14 December 2025. Time is 12 o'clock. Come take your seat. Don't be late. We can't wait to celebrate. Sponsored by Indomie. Yummy treats. Colgate, our smile so sweet. Kellogg's, bring the crunchy cheers. Malta Guinness, energy all year, powered by Nigerian Breweries, and this is the best party guaranteed. Come one, come all. It's Christmas cheers. Be there, be happy. The fun, it's here.
From the tiniest cells to the farthest galaxies, life holds secrets we are only beginning to uncover. Why are we here? What connects us all? What unseen forces shape our destiny? Join Professor Jude Udenta as he explores the wonders, the questions, and the revelations that define existence. Mysteries of life, where every answer sparks a new discovery. Watch now on Aneke TV every Monday.
A sị na ekwe kụọ ama agba, ekwe ụmụ nwaanyị akụọla o. Ọkwa na nzukọ ụmụ nwaanyị oge anyị ji akpa maka ọdịmma anyị karịkwa maka ọdịmma ezinụlọ. Nzukọ ụmụ nwaanyị bụ ebe anyị na-akpa maka rike anyị, ndọrọ ndọrọ ọchịchị, azụmahịa, omenala ndị ahụ dị mma, nakwa ihe ndị ahụ ga-eweta ọganihu n'obodo. Naanị ihe ị ga-eme bụ sonyela anyị na nzukọ ụmụ nwaanyị ebe ahụ a na-akarị ihe na-eweta ọganihu n'obodo. Ndị nne, ndị nna, oge a bụkwa nke anyị. Sonyela anyị na Aneke TV n'ebe a na-emetụ aka n'ihe ndị oyibo na-akpọ social media na TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram. Ọkwa na Aneke TV ka ihe ndị a niile na-eme. Aneke TV, anyị apụọnụ.
Aneke television. Heu, agịrịgbo m dị egwu nkwa azụghị n'ahịa mgbochi okwukwu kakwa ogwugwu mma. Heu, mba ụwa bịa na ihe ebube eme, mgbagbu ụwa gbatawa na ihe ebube emewa. Aneke television na-emere ogbenye mere amadi ihe, ị na-agba nkwụ, ị na-eme